Investments while at war in my 30s. Hello everyone, I'm currently in my 30s and I have an important financial decision to make for next 10 years. Currently I have a full-time job as a software engineer and I get around 100k per year. I'm from Ukraine where such rate is above market, so I feel myself very good. While my country is at war, I still think that investing is important since financial security in 30 years will be crucial. Our government institutions aren't strong enough to provide for the elderly, so you have to think for yourself. Also, you have to be a bit risk tolerant since every real estate you own can be blown up by a rocket drone. Just few days ago a house 100 meters from mine got hit and an app was destroyed. People survived gladly. I don't intend to leave my home. Currently I have a real estate property valued around 150k. This is my apartment. Other than that, 20k on my bank accounts. I was able to register in IBKR and start investing. My first choice was VQQQ VT404020. My strategy is simple, just put 1k per month into the funds for around 30 years. I'm going to steadily decrease risk and go for low-earning things like treasure after some time. But for now I have a high risk tolerance. Would you say that my portfolio is okay for my situation? Or do you think I should change it to something else? UPD, some folks have raised doubts about this post being real. IT salaries in UA are ridiculously bigger than mid-income of doctor, teacher, engineer. Like, up to 30x bigger. As a proof, you can take a look at the latest quarterly poll of dev salaries in UA. 20 say. I'm very lucky to have chosen this career path. If you have access to it, I would much rather consider accumulating European UCITS funds domiciled in Ireland, or swap-based funds, as they will generally be more tax efficient on both the portfolio level and on a shareholder level. 100k in USD or EVNY? If it's USD, you're seriously wealthy compared to an average Ukrainian. The minimum wage is about $2,200 per year, $180 per month in USD, 6,700 EVNY. Average salary is $7,500 per year USD. Can't you buy multiple houses maybe? A holiday home in Poland, Slovakia? Even in the US, 100k is well above average, although not for Silicon Valley software engineers, of course. Why is everyone commenting on his salary? That was not his question and a bit obnoxious. I think your plan is a good one. Hope the war ends soon and you and your home and family stay safe. For tax efficiency, you should be looking for non-US domiciled ETFs like VWRA or VWCE. This cover US stocks and emerging markets. If you want something less diversified, there are plenty ETFs domiciled in Ireland that are best cost effective in the long run for a non-US resident. Yay, that's a pretty normal distribution, if quite tech heavy. I'd save some money as dry powder for the eventual post-war recovery. In my opinion, with 100k per year, you should be able to put way more than 1k a month on ETFs. In a country with such a low cost of life, you should try doubling or tripling this amount. Simplify as well by going full VT and you will be very fine. That portfolio is fine. Stay away from anything Ukrainian if you want to be secure. You never know what can happen in a month. Don't even think about 30 years. One slight hip up and the war might be over and Ukraine ran over. I am not saying that Ukraine is going to lose, but you never know what can happen. Just invest in foreign markets. Great post, thank you for sharing. I would suggest investing in equivalent Irish domiciled funds, as American ETFs will leave you with unnecessary dividend taxes and estate taxes if you happen to pass away. Just curious, but if you're doing a remote job, why not just move out of your war-ridden country? I'm not familiar with the laws, but is Ukraine forbidding you from moving? Not much help I can give other than fuck Russia. I don't have any advice for you, but Slava Ukraini, USA, heart, Ukraine. I see nothing wrong with everything you've seen, nor anything you can do better. Just stay the course. Not to sound morbid, but it might be a good idea to have some kind of estate planning set up as well if you are going to be staying in Ukraine. By that I mean have something in place to determine what happens with your money should the worst thing occurs. I don't believe that Putin is going to nuke Kyiv or anything, but as you said, random rockets and cruise missiles are landing not far from where you live. No suggestions, just thank you for posting. I have a friend in UAE who is software developer. He's in his mid-20s and I'm going to talk to him about opening up an investment account. I don't know why people are questioning that income. That sounds like reasonable pay for someone who is good in that field. Real yields on treasuries are much higher than they have been in over a decade. If you're looking for a simple strategy like dollar cost averaging into indexes, which is the right choice for the vast majority of people with minimal debt, you should probably include a treasury ETF. At your income level, if you don't have major expenses, mainly children, I would suggest doubling that savings rate. You'll be set much sooner. Excellent choices. My first choice was VUQQQVT 40-40-20. Convert income saving to USD if not paid in US dollars, use Ukraine currency for everyday budget. Stay away from Ukrainian real estate, stay away from saving in UA. Invest in Western stocks and short-term treasuries. Idea is to have highly liquid financial assets denominated in USD year ready to be deployed when war is done. Slava Ukraini. VUQQQVT are not high risks. If you want stability, you go with those. You could piggyback on the recovery of Ukraine by investing in BlackRock. They will likely own most of Ukraine soon. Ukraine was the poorest country in Europe before the war. He's not making 100k used. Source: I lived in Ukraine until the war. These indices like VU and QQQ are meant for long-term investment. Likely you will take another hit like 2022 with 19 RTN or 33 losses when the US world market turns sour. Long-term means 20 years or forever. I personally prefer a lower volatility equally weight diversified index, as I do not have another 20-30 years. If a rocket hits your condo, knock on wood, the values will decrease to $1. Portfolio is fine. I would say save more, 2k or 2.5k. 1k x 360 months will come to very rough 720k. Is that enough for you? I'd see a financial planner. $PPA Invesco Aerospace Defense ETF would be an ironic buy. With such instability, have you considered Bitcoin? Beware that your investments are measured in UA. So if the UA devalues by 50 in a year, not an uncommon occurrence here in Ukraine, you will pay 10 of the money you invested as a capital gains tax, which is 50.2.